Ooh, that's Connor's color.
Sorry?
Oh, I was telling Austin about the trials of being confronted with the fact that this cushion does not fit my skin tone.
Oh, yes. How it instead fits my fucking, like...
Well, that's the other one that I got that I thought, maybe I could fit a 21! I was like, fuck no, glad I got the 23! But then took a photo today, realized, ooh, there's a difference between the color of my face and my neck.
Hey, everyone. We're doing Apollo at long last.
Yes.
Hope everyone's having a good time. There's gonna be a lot of ACAB jokes in the stream if there isn't. I mean, like, listen, do we really interact with any, like, cops? We have, what's her name?
The one cop we interact with in the game, and I was gonna point this out later, the one cop we interact with actively does not want to be a cop. She wants to be a forensic investigator.
She hates the fact that she's a cop.
We have
Exactly.
We have Detective Emma Sky. However, most of the Governors are law enforcers.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember fucking Massive Shark Fedora.
Oh my god, that's right.
He literally is a cop.
That's right. Watch him be guilty. Anyways, we are...
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I know we've been constantly delayed in doing this, whether by our schedules IRL or by my internet fucking up, but we're finally here, and I barely remember anything. So, I'm sure I'll
remember
recall
singing
it.
badly.
All right, quick refresh. Went to Governor's concert.
Yes.
We met Lemire and
Abe Lincoln
her
was killed.
crew.
Yes.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln,
Guard
singer
killed.
bounty hunter, was killed.
Mm-hmm.
We heard his last words.
Yes.
And then the small boy was arrested.
Yes.
For shooting a 45 caliber revolver with his tiny
the
hands.
small, isn't he blind too?
Oh yeah.
No, Lemire is blind.
The small boy is blind, right?
Yeah, the small boy is blind.
Yeah.
Yes. So, all right.
That's
a lot. For a minute. That's a lot. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, we're raising money for the Trans Women of Color Collective as well. Any donations made on stream will go to them to help support trans people of color who have been pretty much just treated like shit in this country in general. Let's not mince words. So if you want to help get them get charitable food and water and platforms for them to speak up, that's a good place to donate. Anyways, let's go.
Also, yes, everybody, those 3D graphics.
Oh yeah, the 3D graphics. Oh, by the way,
how could we forget?
I did do a computer reset, which means there's a non-zero chance some of these settings might be a little weird, so bear with me.
Hey, it's on tomorrow's Dad's birthday.
Okay. I had a minor panic attack IRL. Like, how? What?
Too close to that time of year. No. In the game tomorrow would be, and your birthday's in 20 days. Happy, what is this, 2007? That would be your 10th birthday's coming up, Connor.
This is not 2007. What? This is like 2030.
Oh no! Oh right, the game was
Hang
made in
on.
2007, and then I forgot. Look, I'm a mess today.
Hang on.
Are you looking up when Apollo Justice takes place?
I'm looking up when this trial takes place.
2027. That's my guess.
2030. That's my guess.
Did you just basically like prices right?
No, I said 2030 before. I said 2030 before.
Okay.
You just reverse prices righted me.
Okay, Turnabout Serenade.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going while you look that up because
2026.
So cool.
It's 6 years in the future.
6 years in the future, which means I would be in 20 days. I would be
You would be turning
29. I'd be turning 29.
I was gonna say, what's one under 30?
I'd be 32.
What's 130, please?
I would be in my 30s, and I would. That's it. That's it.
All
I'm
right.
done.
I gotta lower
I've
my
had a good run.
I gotta
Maybe
lower
the
my
world
voice.
will be nice
Here
by
we go.
then.
The quarter hour session for how do I say that? Maki Tobaye, Your Honor. The pixie of the arpeggio, thank you. The pixie of the, how do you say this? Arpeggio.
Right, his trial. Court's in session.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is A-okay, Judge.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin.
That's my opening statement, yeah.
No, actually, there was, something else I wanted to ask you about. Can I get your autograph?
Yes.
Say you're gonna visit someone in the hospital with an
Okay!
Hey, Coach, you got any advice for me?
Getting a little too Yakuza in here. The highly specific. Connor and I have a joke that's not a Yakuza game unless someone has like a highly specific chronic medical condition that's brought up.
Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? I mean, you wouldn't say, get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down.
Oh no, believe me, people do that still.
Yeah.
Believe me, they still do that.
Pardon?
Hey,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Hope that Potts gets better soon.
Yeah, people do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's because they don't know what else to say, but...
Actually, I'm gonna go visit someone soon who is terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son.
Oh. Poor Chief son.
The Chief Justice.
His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease.
That's right.
He got both the...
Go ahead, laugh at terminal illness. Come on.
He caught both these.
I like the idea that the judge's son, like, yeah, I'm really sick. I got both these.
Oh, well, that's a terrible illness, and I'm so sorry.
And then he comes into court, like, how do I talk to him? He comes into the hospital, like, no, he's not. Both these, sir. He was waiting for you to say both these, and he was gonna respond both these nuts.
Okay.
He's at school. He's fine. What the fuck? You're too old. How have you not retired? And do you want
This
a bed?
is the burden of being a timeless entity.
Do you want a
Yes.
bed in our hospital? You are too old to live or function. Anyways,
His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems.
Or maybe because he's a timeless entity and so old, he's afflicted with a terrible disease, an infection in his leg. They're probably gonna have to amputated and it might kill him. Sir, antibiotics exist. Oh my god, I keep forgetting about those!
What was that?
Exciting.
Penicillin? Whatever that was.
Wow.
So I thought I'd go and pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of just pretending?
oh, everyone's pretending all the time, Trucy. No one knows what they're doing. Nobody.
But how come they just don't admit that?
Because
That's crazy.
Because the ones who admit it are your father, and nobody wants to be like your father.
Oh, okay.
Because the second you admit it, you're doomed to play piano at a bar that you cannot play and
Sipping grape
forever.
juice out of wine bottles.
Sipping grape juice, going, oh, my leg has an owie. Gotta spend a week in the hospital. Sorry.
She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement. Briefly.
Oh, if you're in luck, Judge, I believe you're going to be. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think.
Briefly, indeed.
That sounds like a threat.
That's very much sounds like a
I
threat.
think you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think.
Sooner than you think.
Okay, first, to review the victim in this case. Romain Letou, age 35. That's turning French, hang on. The global manager for diva songstress L'amour. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Alright, I'm gonna take a look at that really quick.
45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it?
Let's see. Time of death between 9 and 9:30.
I love that it's still within a 30-minute period, even though we were fucking there and there were clocks on the walls and we could give a exact down to the minute time of death, but we just chose not to.
Apollo, we're like, oh shit, we should have paid attention. I know it was after 9. It was probably before 9:30, right? Because y'all are here and it's 9:30, so it's between then.
Apollo is absolutely the kind of person who has like 3 different wristwatches for different time zones. And like, no, but this one works in depths of 5,000 feet. So in case I ever drown, I'll know what the time of death was. Also, this last paragraph here is basically like saying, "Hey, there's an updated autopsy report coming, motherfucker. That's gonna throw a wrench in everything."
A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet.
How romantic.
Okay, yeah, you're completely right. Apollo was not in the right headspace to check the clock, but you know who was? Emma.
Who was there?
Who fucking walked in literally the second he died.
Look, she's always here, but she doesn't always want to be here. So she's
only ever giving about 60% at most.
My point is, we have a very definite, down to the minute time of death. We're just not sharing it because we're assholes.
However, the bullet struck him in the shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved.
I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering. I mean, he died pretty slowly and painfully, but other than that, it wasn't so bad, right?
It's only one bullet.
Okay, well, no, because 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, and the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Look at this diagram. This is where the bullet...
Okay.
That don't make no sense.
Noticing things?
Hey, but that don't make no sense.
Put it in the don't make no sense folder in your brain.
Because there's a wall. There would be another bullet hole. Like, I can understand it penetrating that wall, but there would be another bullet hole in the wall there.
It's a 45 caliber. You could probably kill a building with that. However...
They did! Actually, it's condemned! They can never go to the concert hall again!
I'm just joking. You need a 50 caliber to kill a building.
No, 50 calibers are banned.
For that reason.
That was a very hastily drawn sticky note from Phoenix after he once Googled big bullets and got really scared one night.
Oh.
Also, yeah, it's a good thing those walls are thick enough to stop a 45, because that's where
they were standing there. That's a good point.
Thank God for soundproof concrete.
Although, having played the other Phoenix Wright games, I can tell you with complete sincerity, if Apollo got shot in the chest, it would only make him angrier. He would not stop.
Well, the court also accepts written evidence. If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Anyways, we're calling a 14-year-old blind kid to the stand.
Tiny noodle arms. Really? I mean...
Yeah, apparently weapons that size have powerful kickback.
I've never noticed. Weird.
I was gonna say, I have some online orders to cancel.
If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every single bone in his body. Let me enjoy that image for a minute.
The defense will take more care in choosing examples. Every man I've shot hasn't killed me yet.
As I was saying, the victim was shot in the backstage in a dressing room. The dressing room only has one entrance, this door.
That does seem to be the case, yes.
And the vent and the window.
There were witnesses who heard the gunshots.
He's talking about you and Emma, huh?
Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty save for the victim's body, of course. Therefore, I call Apollo Justice to the stand!
Yeah, sure, why not?
But that's impossible!
Exactly. This murder was impossible. The case must be thrown out! The perfect crime! We're done here! For all but one person.
God!
He was smitten.
We're about to attack and dethrone God.
He was smote.
Smooth, smite.
Smitten.
One person?
That is, of course, the defendant, Tobaye.
Only the defendant could have committed this crime? But how?
Oh, it's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime make it clear. He hired an assassin. Obs.
Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand.
Your name and profession, please.
Emma Skye. I'm a detective for the police department.
Oh God, I love the voice you do for Emma. Just
I was on security detail at the concert forum that night.
Emma seems... well, tired's the wrong word. More frustrated than usual.
Can you bring the mic closer to you, Austin?
No.
Security at the concert, you say?
Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder.
You weren't even being paid.
You also did more than any security team in history.
No, don't blame yourself. Things like this just happen. Occasionally people just get shot and murdered. It's chill.
God.
I've made even bigger mistakes in my career.
What?
You let a few serial killers go. You execute a few innocent men. You've been there, done that.
Big ol' whoopsies.
We just file that under whoopsies. We have a whoopsies drawer. It's like a reverse vending machine. You can only put things in one way, and you can't like reach back in to get them again.
I mean, you could, like, there's procedures to be able to, like, get someone acquitted or something.
Lost to time. We put them in the whoopsie drawer. Lost to time.
It has been 20 minutes and we haven't even started questioning the first witness.
Oh, yeah.
Just, can we actually progress? I'm sure that makes her feel oh so much better.
I want to hear about these bigger mistakes.
Okay. Motherfucker, in any case, because you were on security details, a crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and the discovery of the crime, please.
All right.
The oopsie whoopsie, this is a fucky wucky drawer. Alright, here we go.
The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I just thought you all should know. I had to be subjected to that.
It wasn't really blaring when we were in there. We were able to hear his last words whispering.
I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it.
By the way, incorrect. The music stopped because she ran up and fucking told them. Then, after Emma had already left and started shutting down the show, then did we hear him whisper his last words.
It was lucky that a detective was the first on the scene.
But that door was the only way out of the room, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then I don't get it. How can I say that Machi did it?
Looks like we need a bit more information.
Very well, the defense may begin.
Go ahead.
Oh, what else is new?
The defense may begin the cross-examination. Discovery was abolished. Put into the fucky wucky drawer.
I forgot about our magic wristband.
Yes.
Bracelet, thank you.
It's just the all-seeing slap bracelet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That a demon lives in. Aww.
Yeah. Okay, only people
Sweet.
involved in the concert somehow were allowed backstage. Oh, so is there gonna be like nothing here?
I mean, nothing she said is incorrect in any way. So yeah, press everything for more detail.
All right.
The night of the murder was the night of the concert, right?
Apollo.
I forget because I totally wasn't there.
That's right.
What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only, some shitty concert.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods.
Who's the god? Because I heard him. He's not a rock god.
Oh, yes, allow me to explain. I was indoctrinated by Christ to become your one true savior of rock and roll. Also, I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day, as the concert hall...
I had a vision.
Conspiracy, you say?
No, conspiracy. Well, isn't it obvious? My keys! That whole morning was ruined. No. That whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show, I couldn't ride my motorcycle either, and I couldn't open my guitar case.
There he goes again.
Isn't it possible he simply, I don't know, misplaced them?
Oh, misplaced them? Misplaced items don't wander into murderous victims' hands.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? If your victims were in your keys were in the victim's hands, that makes you a prime suspect.
Oh no! Whoever could have seen this coming?
Except he was on fucking stage at the time. Love, slow acting, and no. A tree queen.
Oh my
is
god.
waiting for you.
That hurt.
He's singing something.
Is that what we're calling it? Does everything with this asshole have to be so over the top?
It's a what would Jesus do bracelet. The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the case. Oh, sick burn.
I see. I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands?
Okay, please, the testimony.
Okay.
We were let in, though.
I didn't know about that. I certainly did invite you.
I gave the Fraulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again.
Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now.
Oh, I think he was talking about me. I don't know what Fraulein means, but I get a feeling I'm not gonna look it up.
Gee, didn't that turn out so fucking super for us?
Some of their hang-ons tried to get backstage, but I drove them off.
Hangers on. I don't even know what that means.
Hangers on.
Like clingy people cutting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some like ankle biters. That's not no.
So no other outsiders were there then?
And then.
Okay, let's go.
Did we? I believe we were having a chat when we first heard the shots.
You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos.
Hey, no snacking in court.
And you're sure the shots were... Can you give me a small dose? You sure the shots came from the mayor's room?
There were bullet holes, Gavin. There were bullet holes.
I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this will keep you quiet.
Thanks?
You're welcome, Busty.
So,
Keep your blood sugar up.
how about Emma?
We were right. There. Hard to be mistaken about that.
Oh my god, please either talk or eat. Don't do both at the same time.
Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door.
Hey, Jazzy, thank you very much for subscribing for 21 months. That's 20 months and another one.
And a single whole nother one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body.
Rock?
Blaring, yes.
When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days?
Come on, you even slowed it down, you still got it wrong. It's rock and roll. He specifically cut out the "and" to make it N. Rock and roll.
Maybe that'll be the hot new genre in 2000.
Rock and roll?
In 2026. Rock and roll.
Yep.
That's right. We went into the dressing room.
Oh god.
Yeah, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. If you can call it music.
They pipe sound from the stage into the backstage through the speakers. Yep, words. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage.
It doesn't really sound. It sounds more like it's coming through the wall than it does the speaker.
That's what I thought it was originally too, but they're piping it into the speakers.
Did it have to be so loud?
Okay, you don't listen to the Cavaliers with your ears. You listen with the bones in your jaw.
Vibrations in your chair.
You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume.
Is that why it made me want to throw up?
When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. Which is why we didn't write that down.
That's a good point.
If you hear that music playing.
Then everyone on stage for that song had an alibi.
Unless the song takes 30 minutes to play, which it's a concert, so maybe. It's the long jam version.
It's the exact opposite of Free Bird, Guilty Bird. Including myself. Jailbird.
Anyway, Lawbird. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation.
Okay, so, yeah, what the fuck do you mean by that?
How could you know something like that?
As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen. We know there was only one exit from the room. That door. The small window only opened a tiny crack. Only a little bird could fly through. Tweet, tweet. And I was standing in front of that door. So. And I didn't hear any damn birds. So how could the killer have fled the scene?
Well, now that the camera's panned over to another option.
Yeah.
There's only one possibility. Teleportation. But other than that, the air vent.
Teleportation.
But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly...
Apollo, stop proving her point.
Exactly. And if you want to hear more about my thoughts on teleportation, please check out my blog.
Unfortunately, I did call it Skynet, and I didn't really realize that was a thing. I have not seen Terminator. So a lot of people show up very disappointed.
There's certainly no way for you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child.
A child?
Remember,
What weird blind children do I know?
Remember, access to those rooms was limited.
I can be blind if you want me to.
That might help our case.
Only those involved with the concert were allowed.
And all of the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. Also is 14.
The defendant? You're accusing the defendant of committing a crime? That's ludicrous!
The pixie of the... Okay, that sounded weird coming out of my mouth, I apologize. Of the arpeggio. Flitted up toward the sky.
Like a bird, yes, exactly.
Like a bird. And it disappeared from the scene of the crime.
But that's just conjecture.
Oh? There was no other way out of the room? You were there, you should know, our forehead.
And there is another vital piece of evidence.
Okay, what? Tell the court.
Marks were found on the air vent grill.
But his name isn't Mark. That was a bad joke. I'm moving on.
Traces that it had recently been opened.
Wait, what?
And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Tobaye's fingerprints.
What?
Oh, that cut out entirely. I just heard in the distance.
I heard a distant cry from an Austin.
Order! Order!
I think
Order.
that's better, actually.
That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you?
Okay, Clavier, we gotta talk about the forehead comments.
It's really
No,
awful.
they do sound
don't-
bad coming out of my mouth, yes.
I don't even have that big a forehead. Look at me.
I didn't even have a forehead insecurity until you started bringing it up. Now it's all I think about.
Looking right.
Only one... you could just wear your hair down a little bit. Only one could pass through that vent. The doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie.
You've gotta stop that, dude.
Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience.
Okay, no, that sounds like a drug thing. You gotta be careful.
So this was his decisive evidence. Trucy on LSD.
That's just a Tuesday for me.
Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive.
You bet lemon sprinkle donuts, right?
I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit.
Oh, I'm sure the Chief Justice Phil appreciates the gesture.
Okay, no, that's not in game.
Something wrong?
That's in your headphones.
No,
Yeah.
no, I can close my window.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough.
I kind of live near a fire station, sorry.
I can't be over already. There has to be something that I'm forgetting from the last session.
Oh yeah, I'm a
What?
lawyer.
Very
What am
well.
I forgetting?
I believe this trial is finished. If the defense has
What
no
were those-
contradicting evidence.
Unrelated. What are those things that the police cars have that make noise? What are those called again?
The whoop whoops.
The whoop whoops. What are they called?
The
on the tip of my
prosecution
tongue.
has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain.
Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already. We better come up with something quick.
No, I know. Think, what can get us out of this? It's something to do with the whoop whoops. We need evidence or a witness that can prove Maki is innocent beyond a doubt.
There's just no way.
Without that, ugh.
Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you'd better tell us about it now.
This is it. And so soon, too. Alright, if I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof. How about this?
I mean,
I don't have proof. How about that?
I feel like I'm missing a step of disconnection here.
Siren. Ask
Oh, the
witness
siren, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Call the siren.
Ask witness siren. That's why I made the entire fucking
Yes,
joke.
I forgot she's
Wait,
called the
the
siren. I
whoop-whoops?
forgot she's called
Yeah.
the siren. That's right.
Prosecutor Glavin. Prosecutor Gavin, actually. You claimed that there were no witnesses to this crime.
Prosecutor Glavin, you sit back down. You're no longer barred in this courtroom.
Is that
Gavin!
Christoph's name now? Christoph Glavin?
Having a good time.
Oh God.
Are you absolutely sure about that?
Oh, absolutely. I'd swear my career as a prosecutor, much like Glavin did, and on my million-seller hit song, My Love.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There he goes again.
Oh, that's another one. Oh, that goes the one, the treadmills.
Well, that's too bad. Looks like you're resigning, because there was a witness.
Well, I will turn in my paperwork today.
Oh, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge that the prosecution clearly does not?
Because I'm the only one in the world who knows this. What's going on? I just talked to him, and now... He's alive! Mr. Latou, can you hear me?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help's on the way.
Could you put some pressure on it or something?
No!
See.
No, look at this outfit. Do you think I can stain this with blood?
Hang
in there, Mr. Hang in there, Mr. Latou. Tell me, who was the witness?
The witness is Siren.
What? The fuck? The victim said this before he died?
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he didn't.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
All we know is what Herr Forehead has said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from a defense attorney himself.
But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently, you just ignored me because it was convenient.
Okay, look, it is my policy to fully investigate everything I deem irrelevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
How many times have you beat me, fuckface?
Okay, that's enough. Okay, Mr. Justice, we need clear, contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution, I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Okay, perhaps a stiff okay, no, coming out of my mouth it sounds sexual, but a stiffer penalty than usual is called for.
No backing out now.
Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice.
Phoenix Wright!
The Siren!
The deceased himself.
Lamio.
Recall Mr. Latouse's last words.
The witness is Siren.
The siren? Aha! He meant the siren!
Yeah, the exact thing he said. The siren of the ballad. Lemiroir.
Lemipator.
I'm not good at pronouncing things. I'm gonna go with Lemire was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness.
I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Okay, my claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime.
Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination, and please show Lamia to the witness stand.
Lemire would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is.
I'm so proud of you.
Shut the fuck up.
It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom about murder. You know, distinct honor is a very strong, Anyways.
You are too kind. I don't remember her voice. It's probably this.
That sounds enough.
It feels right.
You can speak English?
Did I ever do any dialogue that
Yeah.
wasn't whale sounds? Okay, so I was like, maybe that's why I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
all that
Lemire can speak English. It's Maki who can't.
Yes, I can. Though I'm not very good. There is much I do not know.
You
That's
speak
fine.
so
Most native
well.
English speakers don't speak English very well.
I don't think anyone speaks English well.
Ewok language.
It's, yeah, we've filed the rules of English in the Fucky Wucky drawer.
For sure.
You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I do not know how I came by my language.
What?
Or by my knowledge of your language. Your language. No, nor where I studied it.
What?
Pardon? What does she mean she doesn't know?
Okay, I too sought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course.
Uh-huh. And what's that, Gavin?
Lamure suffers from amnesia!
No, but for real.
Is it amnesia that covers the last 24 hours? Because if not, fuck off. She's a valuable witness.
Amnesia?
La Miroir is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought!
This is a serious medical condition, Trucy.
Yeah, way to trivialize someone's struggles, asshole.
As lauded singer Lamua, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. They made a movie about her, you know, 50 First Dates, I think it was called. Anyways,
I see.
Wow!
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a Gavin joke. That's a joke Gavin made, not me, Gavin.
Sure.
Also, I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You know, murderers here, good people, everyone's the same. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lamure.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the witness has a criminal record extensive.
No past, nothing.
Clean slate.
All
Cut
that
to
ma-
any time he literally wouldn't listen to
Is
anything.
right here, right now. If the murder doesn't happen in this court, it didn't happen.
Yet there's something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. They just keep saying, go here, lady, do this, lady.
Okay, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify, yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead, that wide boy over there, was adamant that you'll stand.
Oh my, I would say that's a rather normal forehead. Very sweet and endearing, actually. Congratulations, Apollo! You're the bad guy!
Okay, that's going in the collage. That's going in the collage.
Yum.
Also, I like where I pause Trucy's just in mid-blink, so it's just like this really thoughtful-looking gaze.
You're the bad guy. Congratulations, Apollo.
Alright, I have 3 monitors, so I can do this in the background while we keep going.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime.
Maybe I won't tell you shit.
How's this
Asshole.
sound? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you and your giant wrinkly old asshole. How's this sound?
Dude, I want Lemire to bust into the fucking, like, hardcore rap battle scene. Like,
What's up, bitch? What I
fucking,
saw.
it'd be beautiful. Beautiful! Especially if she continues speaking in wingdings.
Yeah.
Well, that's the perfect thing. If you can't think of a rhyme, you just resort to wingdings.
Yeah.
Wingdings rhyme with
It runs into my
everything.
language. Yeah, exactly. As for what I saw nothing.
And everything.
Rolled a nat 1 on perception. Didn't go so hot.
I tripped and fell. That's the standard nat 1 of anything. You just tripped on your own fucking foot. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did.
And this, I did.
I won't say whether I enjoyed it or not. I did not return backstage after the second set.
Wait. We fucking saw you back there.
Well, we saw her after the show was canceled.
Yeah.
However, we do definitively have proof that she did return before then.
Also added to the collage.
Perfect. Trying.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room, and they told me, wait here, lady. Really great. That was where I learned that something had happened, but wasn't told the details.
No one tells me jack shit.
One of my only friends in this country had just been murdered, and no one thought to tell me anything.
I must say, your voice was wonderful just testifying.
I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying.
I hope he was too distracted to hear what. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. She saw nothing that night. Case closed. Now we can only pray the defense has the sense to admit his defeat. And refrain from detaining her here longer than she need be.
Wow, you just got better, Bala.
Wow, great job! Nothing?
What? I growled.
Oh, we didn't
Oh,
hear
I
it.
got
Okay.
out.
Oh.
That's so funny. It was just silence. I was waiting for a growl.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet.
He growled with his eyes.
Yeah.
Lemire wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime.
It's like smizing, but it's smrowling.
Which is funny because
Smiling with your eyes.
funny because
If anything, it would be gryling. Or grising.
Grising.
Oh, is this what Grimes is?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Grimes is.
Oh God, are we
Oh,
actually
fuck
moving
you.
on?
You got better sleep last night than I did.
Not really. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. You went to sleep earlier than I did, and actually stayed asleep past your alarm. Meanwhile, I got 6 hours.
I'm still tired. I'm always
Sucks.
tired.
Yeah,
Alright, as for what I
sucks.
I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage. Okay, I want to talk about this.
You did not return backstage once. Where were you then? What were you doing?
I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing.
Not true. All music is singing. Even instruments is also singing, but with your fingers.
This is like the same
singing,
mentality of like live streaming is just turning on the camera and talking. Like,
And was Maki with you at this time?
Unfortunately, I do not know where he was.
Wow, you let the blind 14-year-old wander off on his own. Parent of
you
the
were
fucking
there when
year.
that happened.
So much for an alibi for Maki. But yeah. Go back to that,
I'm also.
yeah, because we can definitively prove that's false.
I also just want to. I'm looking for a tick. I'm not gonna look for too long. I'm just seeing if she has like any noticeable tick for lying.
Doesn't
Nothing I
seem
can
like
see
it.
yet. Okay.
It's not
so,
bangle time yet.
proof that you were. Well, I mean, we have your fucking brooch.
Which we found.
We did
After
find
the
the
fact.
boots.
So
Present.
We knew you were ootin' a boot because we
we got your brooch.
I'm sorry, Lemire, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, don't you?
Oh, why, that's Lemieux's. She was wearing it for her song.
Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin?
No, off the record. Here's some whiteouts. Off the record. Just there's a whiteout slot in the typewriter. Just pour it in there.
What?
This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime.
What?
Lemire. How'd your brooch get backstage if you didn't go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night.
What?
I like to imagine she exhales so hard that it blows it all the way up.
That's what I'm thinking is supposed to be happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this? Lemire, please explain!
Lemire?
Oh, okay. She says English is quite difficult. The language of our people is so beautiful.
That trick's not gonna work in a court of law. Kamehameha.
Okay, she said your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer.
My forehead is large because I'm packing this much brain in
I'm like
here.
90% sure Clavier does not speak this language.
Yeah, guaranteed.
But you have missed one important fact.
Uh-huh. You're gonna tell me what it is, right?
Also, isn't it a conflict of interest for the prosecutor to be acting as the translator?
Yeah, right?
Well, the translator was also the victim, so you know, we take what we can fucking get. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment.
Cool fucking lying on the prosecutor, or on the witness stand, though. That's nice.
Yeah!
Fucking what? I like that the first statement ends with the man bent over, just crying in pain.
Anytime I see one of those, my voice gets sad for a second, like,
Think back to the moment of the crime. You know that I speak of.
Is she really saying any of that?
What's she talking about, Apollo?
Right when the incident occurred. Is she talking about that? Watch this room for me, I have to call for backup.
Okay, alright, let's review. So, does he hear Mickey Mouse, Michael Mouse, the whole time?
Yes.
Michelangelo the Mouse, yes, of course.
Watch this room for me. I have to go call for backup.
Well, she's downright jolly compared to
Right.
Apollo, so that's not surprising.
Understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right?
Apollo respects Emma too much for this voice.
Yeah, I know.
Also, we immediately left.
Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
God, Apollo.
I'm not doing this again, just speed through it.
Yeah, it's the same.
We fucking...
Siren. Nah, like the top of Sailor Moon.
Yikes! Emma? Who's there?
Oh, did she come in for a second, see it, and then run out in fear and her brooch dropped? Okay.
Droop the brooch.
However, keep in mind, Emma then immediately said that she didn't see anybody. I don't know what voice to give her. What's wrong?
I still think it's funny because she is jolly compared to Apollo.
Emma, fucking door! Watch door!
It was literally your job to watch the door.
I was dealing with a dying man!
Oh, he's alive? He's alive? Did you put pressure on his wound? No, that's not the point!
Could have sworn I heard a door close.
I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you.
So this is when your brooch was dropped. That explains that.
It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it.
We have a tradition among my people. It's like Oppa with a plate, except it's with your brooch. So you just grab it and football spike it onto the ground anytime someone dies.
But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, you dropped your brooch. That's like getting a glass of orange juice, pouring it, and then setting it on a table.
No, wasn't it tomato juice?
Oh, it's tomato juice!
Tomato juice, yeah.
Air forehead.
Fucking what?
She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. Understand how this works. Okay, in a courtroom, if someone says, oh, it was an army of elf snipers from the roof, the only way you can disprove that is with evidence. Do you have evidence that there weren't elf snipers there? No, didn't think so. In any case, it was the elf snipers. Case closed.
It's just as likely as anything at this point. Explain why no one was in the room if it was a sniper. There's enough window opens to crack, Connor. You've blown this case wide open.
So she looked in at the crime scene.
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice.
Air forehead shouting who's there, no doubt. A horrible voice indeed.
I closed the door immediately.
And then you disappeared instantaneously because Emma didn't see you when she walked in the door 5 fucking seconds later.
Well, I was wearing my cloak of invisibility. Did I not mention that? It's just so common where I'm from, I think. I had one, so it had to be common. I don't remember.
When you're rich, you don't know about these things.
Well, that explains
When
the
you're rich
brooch.
with amnesia.
Let's return to your testimony.
That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemire, you did look into the room, though, right?
Yeah.
Testify as to what you saw.
Very well. Though it was only the briefest of glimpses.
How about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Wiki.
I went back.
Hey,
for
look
just
what we
a
can
moment.
use
Oh,
now.
okay, hang on. I saw nothing late. The body was behind a wall.
I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latu's body.
I think we can definitively
Manual.
say there's nothing in the face that is going to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
gonna
you
go
look
look at her
over the
hand.
face pretty well.
But like, I can't move this any further down, so that's
Yep.
why. I
So
thought-
head up. What's
Between face and hand.
bingo?
Wait, what?
Did you not see it?
No.
Well, you missed the opportunity.
That's fine. It's only 3 lines. You can get through it again.
Yeah.
Is it in her neck?
Yeah.
Check again. Pan up a little bit.
Oh, she's gulping.
Yup.
Mhm.
It's a more subtle tell. Between the face and hand, the tits!
That's
There's nothing
natural. There's nothing else.
Obviously.
The late Mr. Latu's body, you say?
Yes. Why do you sound like a demon's coming out of you?
You know something more about Mr. Latu's death than you're saying, don't you?
What?
I could see you trying not to remember. But the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes.
Or my magic bracelet.
And the demon that lives in it.
That's him.
It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latu have to be shot?
One moment, Lemire.
Yes?
What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latu have to be shot?
Yeah.
She was hiding something, I knew it. Lemire, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony.
Yeah, she said no one's told her anything.
Huh? How could that be?
Take this. Lemire contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it.
I'm trying to think of what specifically. Is it no one outside of this case? I don't know if that's quite right.
Well, that's supposed
I think
to
it's
be...
the close.
Well, no. Keep in mind, we're not proving, like, her knowing case details. We're knowing that, we're pointing out that she knows shit she shouldn't know. Namely, she said she wasn't told anything, and which this proves, and yet she just pointed out she knows fact.
So,
Tell me, Lemire, how did you know he had been shot? Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing, correct? Yet you knew that Mr. Latu had been shot. How could you have known?
York!
Was that a bark? Did you just bark at me?
Lemire, you aren't hiding something from this court, I hope.
That sweet song of hers was sounding just a little too sweet.
Now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony.
Of course. All we want to know is the truth.
She looks kind of pale, huh? Should someone do something down there? Do you want a lemon sprinkle donut?
Can I please have a glass of water?
No! Tell us the truth!
She saw something. I know it. Even the victim said so.
I'm feeling very faint. What a beautiful voice!
I saw bullet holes in the wall. You would have had to look over to the side and see them.
Remember the diagram.
Look at this diagram.
Look at this photograph.
Oh yeah, the door opens. Yeah, bingo.
Yup. Lemire, they call you the siren of the ballad. But lies are hardly becoming of such a creature, don't you agree?
Also, howdy, Monsterman. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Put down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Did you refer to that woman as a creature? Did you refer to that foreign woman as a creature?
Jesus Christ,
Okay.
I meant as sirens.
No, hang on. No.
Siren.
You have to consider the words that come out of your mouth. Stop polishing your forehead and
You?
start
You?
polishing. Start polishing your act, okay? Your character. You need to be more tactful in this course.
You need to work on your character.
You do.
I can't wait for this trial to end so I can never speak to you again, asshole. Come on, can't I be cool for once?
No! 9!
Look at this photograph. Come here. You looked in from the door for just a moment, right?
Yes, that is so.
There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall. The door is on. You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes.
Lemire.
Yes.
I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something.
And I must tell you.
Did you not swear it on the Bible when you came in?
What's a Bible?
Sorry, it wasn't in my language, so it doesn't count. I must tell you what it is that I saw.
Yeah. Yes! The happenings of this trial are being recorded! And I'm certain it will be on news and... Hang on, what does it say here? Baloney. Am I pronouncing that right?
Wow! Wow! No, Your Honor, hang on! No! Dude!
Well, it's not how you spell Berlin.
There are different B words than Berlin and baloney.
There are?
Oh my god.
Didn't the bullets go through the wall? They should have, but they didn't. Because if they did, Apollo would be dead right now.
Or at least wounded.
You understand your reputation is at stake. It fails you to avoid tarnishing it. See? No other B words.
Personally speaking, I still believe that the cross-examination will yield up absolutely nothing.
But she knew how Mr. Letou died. And he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemire.
Very well. Lemire, please do continue your testimony.
Very well. I shall.
The killer did RDM. Oh my god, that's...
Honestly, things really pick up in the sequel. What I saw was...
What I saw too? For the... Marina, I think it was you. I forget if it was you or I who recently discovered that there's a sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer that is called... That this movie is fucking called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I have not forgotten!
I'm not forgotten! I still know!
Alright, here we go.
I was on my way from the stage. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. I wanted to say back so much sooner than that. there was something like a little window there.
Oh, you're just changing your
That's how
story
I
the
saw
fuck
it.
up now. Okay.
Yeah, right?
That's how I saw it with my eyes. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
So how'd your fucking brooch end up in the front of the room?
But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was.
I'm just gonna check the,
It was a
diagram.
real grown adult man.
It was a big man. A big grown man. A big
Grown
grown
up
Okay,
man.
okay.
Grown up adults
Assume-
only.
Assuming it was a full-grown ass adult human man, how could you see through Latu?
Yeah, he's
The direction
giant.
he was shot.
Grown up man. He's a real big grown up man.
He's Abraham Lincoln fucking brick wall. How do you see through him?
So you did witness the crime, and the killer was a grown person, you say?
Okay, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, forehead.
Yeah, you mean doing my job? Wild.
Yeah, that was a good
Only you-
play.
If only you ever did that, we'd probably get done with things sooner.
Very well, Mr. Justice, you may start your cross-examination.
Great going, Apollo. You were right about La Miroir. What's wrong? You don't look too happy.
This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Oh, now you can't read my mind.
Okay, I was on my way from the stage to backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. You didn't call out or anything? But it wasn't Makchi.
I suppose maybe calling out in that situation would, like,
Especially,
potentially trigger someone to
Yeah.
pull the trigger.
yeah. What exactly is something like a little window?
Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English.
It is
I
a good
think-
word.
This is how it's said, yes.
Okay.
It begins and ends with a W. It's a great word.
It is beautiful.
It's a perfect word.
You need not worry, Lamia. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail?
No, I know full well, but why would you have a window in a dressing room?
That's what I'm
It
fucking
gets real
wondering.
humid down there.
What?
You got open in little
There's
steam
vents!
applications.
There's vents!
I'm not fucking my bandmates. Move on.
No, your bandmates are fucking you. That little window on the wall.
Yes, Square, exactly.
I saw the crime from
Wait,
there.
hang on! Do not open? What the fuck? Why is this window here?
Hey, every old weird building basement has something like this. We grew up in a house that had a light switch in the laundry room, and we didn't know what it went to, and it was bright red, and it never did anything. There's always some weird church with a weird basement with a window that says "Do not open," and you're like, "What? Why would you do that?"
Sometimes they do a renovation on your library and go, do you know what this library in northern fucking Maine needs? Windows that don't open. Good idea. Oh shit,
that
it's
don't-
90 degrees.
Any
Fuck.
room you can't get into because there's no door.
Also, can we talk about who is Gunn, by the way?
Who is Gunn?
Who is Gunn? Look at that.
Who's Gunn?
There are very few people who would have to tilt slightly up to shoot Mr. Latu in the shoulder, but not ridiculously up like Maki
Yeah,
would.
that's a lot of up.
Okay, there were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
You are certain you heard 2 shots fired?
Yes, quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit. This is when I heard a faint sound.
It was pretty
like a
loud.
gunshot. Wondering what it had been, I peered through the window. That is when I heard the second gunshot, much closer.
It's a 45 caliber revolver. It is all the noise. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene. No contradictions so far.
It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do.
Let's talk about this.
It wasn't Maki who shot. Are you sure?
Yes, quite certain.
It amuses me that you would question a testimony. It is testimony in your favor. Isn't it my job to object? Actually, fuck, I'm not even doing my job.
You never have.
Apollo, what are you thinking?
Trucy, shut up.
My job is to get the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, I'm a 15-year-old magician. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yeah, she is a 15-year-old magician.
Yes. Yes, of course. You see,
It was
a grown person.
It was a grown person. A grown person. That's a little vague.
I'm sorry, should I elaborate? A growed up.
Much better.
You
My
know the famous show in our country, All Grown Up? You mean
We
that
just
terrible
got it.
sequel? A terrible
It's
sequel to
great.
Rugrats? What's Rugrats?
No, the one with the twins.
That hurt.
What
that
is
that
Rugrats?
hurt me.
My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female, eh?
Well, you can't really determine that by looking at someone, but it was a man. A young man.
I was really hoping you were going to say you could determine whether the shooter was male or political.
And you're sure of that?
Yes, his
Oh, he
voice
spoke?
was quite clear.
Voice.
Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. As a singer, when I hear a voice, I do not forget it.
Unless it's convenient with my amnesia.
That voice was the voice of a man.
So you heard a voice, but, wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Little?
Couldn't it have been just anyone with kind of a deep voice? Absolutely not. It was condescending as fuck. It was definitely him. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice?
It was condescending as fuck. Not only was it a man, it was a white man.
I could tell. If it was Mr. Letou who spoke, I would have known.
I could hear the caucasity of this bitch.
So you were at the window,
Oh, that's definitely a man.
And you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young white man.
Apollo, this is a good testimony. That person wasn't lucky.
Apollo's fucking silent.
Indeed. If this turns out to is true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony?
It's pretty good.
I mean, like,
It's pretty good. Not as good as Window, but it's pretty good.
How did he get out?
yeah, we still don't know how he fucking left.
Yep. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lemire's testimony that rings false.
Hmm.
Oh, bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought.
I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent.
Only little weenie babies could crawl through the
Little
vent.
weenie idiot baby children.
He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime.
But that means Lamora has to be lying.
I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this.
Too big of a law dweeb.
Believe me, the idea was tempting.
It is as Air Forehead says, yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony.
What next? What is he talking about?
Lamia, I understand why you would want to protect Marky, yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a... no, I'm not gonna... I can't say that, that's gross.
No, go ahead.
What does the prosecution mean?
Apollo! What's he talking about?
How come no one bats an eye when he says stupid stuff like that?
I recall the
handsome.
state of the crime scene quite well.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, dropping the character shtick for a minute. Clavier's cute and all, Apollo's way hotter.
He's a cute little baby. He is.
Look at him.
I think
Look at this.
Clavier is hotter than Apollo, but I think Apollo is cuter than Clavier.
Oh, it's not even a
No, it's
contest.
cuter than Apollo. That is 100% fact.
Clavier looks like he takes way too much time and puts too much effort into being cute.
Oh my
and
god,
it
if you
stops
were a real
being...
person, I would never go near him.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the context of this fun video game.
I would never. Clavier is the type of person I would probably lay out flat the instant he started speaking.
Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it.
What? But I'm sure.
Lamia, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense, but my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser.
On the topic of Apollo's hair, I think at some point in Dual Destinies he mentions his hair just does that.
Aw, that's cute.
I could be completely wrong, but I think it just does that.
It's equally cute to think though that he gets up every morning and he like looks in the mirror. He's like, okay, and he gets out his gel and he spikes his little hair spike. He does his fucking Don Jr. Trump to the rest of his hair.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And then he's ready for the day.
Okay, here's an idea.
So much hair gel.
Here's an idea. The only part of Apollo's hair that's real is the spikes. The rest of it is like a one-unit wig that like a Lego hair that he puts on the back of his head.
To make it easier, yeah,
No.
of course.
Imagine what he looks like bald except for the spikes. Picture it.
Actually,
He'd look
It'd
more
be
like an
kinda cool.
anime character, yes.
yeah. Or like a Pikmin.
It's a helmet.
He's even cuter that way.
I also want to point out, no.
Also,
If anyone is wearing a wig, it's Clavier. Come on now.
also
for sure. At least extensions. You know that's not all natural.
Yeah.
I'm now doing the reverse, and I'm imagining Apollo without the hair spikes, and he would be just so boring looking.
Yeah, exactly. He needs the spikes.
All right.
But she's
Spikes
the
have a
only
personality.
eyewitness we have.
So you say, and the victim named her. The siren as the witness?
That's right. That's what Mr. Latou...
We heard your claim, we even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Herr Judge.
Yep.
The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please.
Nah. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility.
But if Lemire can't testify...
Then we don't have a chance of proving Mackey's innocence. I'm still here too, by the way.
This Chromax's examination is over, Prosecutor Gavin. You may continue making your case.
Donkey, now, where were we? Yes.
Wait, continue. That implies that he made a case to begin with.
I would like to hear from the Fräulein detective again.
Wait, let me hear Lemire's testimony one last time.
But the cross-examination's already over. Until such a time as the need arises, this witness may leave the stand.
I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. But I can't get the idea of donkey!
Donkey! At last, back to the veal trial. Ready, forehead.
He's actually not been German this whole time, just a huge Shrek fan.
Donkey!
Hope I didn't just miss my only chance.
Fräulein detective, how far have we gotten until you were so urgently interrupted?
Don't ask me!
Oh, I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore.
If you would, Miss Sky.
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latou's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling.
Ah, yes, there was only one door in the room, and the witness, you, was standing in front of it.
That air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits the people who could possibly get through.
I certainly would have a difficult time. I have in the
You
past.
sure would! Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant.
A virtuoso performance. I could not have put it better myself.
Yeah, no shit.
She does state a clear case, though reading the report, something caught my eye.
Oh, what's that?
The circumstances of the defendant's arrest.
The circumstances. again?
Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Maki? That was bizarre. Wow, that was
Yeah, she is right. Why did Mr. Latu's body disappear from the room?
Someone was supposed
And
to be
end up on
guarding
top
it.
of that stage tower.
Someone was supposed to be guarding the room. I forget who.
I forget who. I think it was
someone.
Gavin. That piece of shit never does his job. Holding a guitar, no less.
A perceptive observation, our judge.
Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. However, you did work in this job long enough. You get a nose for this kind of thing.
The judge sure seems pleased with himself.
Very good, Fräulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer?
I believe Maki stole the body because of some little works. He moved the body to match Lemurier's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. And Maki practically left his signature at the scene. All the evidence clearly points to the defendant.
Except none of it does if you have half a brain.
Hang on, the signature?
Lemire's song.
Yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed it's cold too, did you not?
It's code.
All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. Sugar! Sugar! You know the rest of the song. First, the keys my heart were held on to so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar.
Then that's
whoops.
me. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latu's life was taken by a bullet.
The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, up together in the sky.
God, you're awful at singing.
That's mad. It's like a story out of some kind of fairy tale.
I admit, I'd forgotten about that shitty song. Wish I could go back to that. But there it is now, waiting for me. Grand finale, as it were.
Hey, you know, I was the one who first noticed that.
I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. However, killing?
It's a wild world out there, Judge.
Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next. The cross-examination.
I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing, though.
Oh no, go on.
Absolutely not.
This guy has a good name, says Apollo Fox Live in chat. Stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lemurier's song. No one in this country has a motive to kill the victim. We're all gonna get to all that. But left his signature. What do you mean by that?
His signature sent?
What do you mean by his signature?
Exactly.
The bullet holes in the wall, of course. It's what he always leaves. Did you not know he was a serial killer?
The bullet holes.
The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall.
And that means what exactly?
That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the wall in there.
Facing it, standing off. Maki versus wall.
Maki versus wall. Who would win? Top 10 anime. Right? They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range.
Difficult to miss, you say?
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim.
You cannot be serious.
Maki, he can't see. That's why he missed. It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly.
Oh, that reminds me. The monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound.
A non-sighted shooter. No wonder he missed.
Yeah, sure. That's why he fired twice, and the gigantic lumbering mountain didn't get up close and restrain the small 14-year-old child. You understand how none of your arguments make sense, right?
I like Kraz saying that's why he should have missed all the bullets. He's literally fucking blind.
No. I mean, stop clock right twice a day. 6 bullets, you could probably hit a man that large in a room that small. The problem is, in no scenario would he have been able to fire off 2
Yeah,
bullets.
exactly.
I don't want to throw the old shoulder joint out.
Just sit back
Yeah,
and
raise an objection.
just chill. Just chill on it.
Call these dumb fucks out. Sure, there were bullet holes in the wall, but that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see.
Oh? How so?
Well, burden of proof is on you because you're the one making the baseless fucking claim, but sure, I'll do your job too. Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim, for example,
That's certainly possible.
and it might have been the revolver's fault.
The revolver?
The revolver was a very large caliber, correct?
If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder.
Exactly right. The defendant, Maki Tobaye, as you can see, is tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim.
You're kind of proving our point.
A convincing argument, for sure.
Take that, dumb fuck.
He's looking at Apollo.
Apollo? I'm sure you don't really
Huh?
think that it's
What?
so. That bit about Maki being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim. Are you kind of admitting that he did it?
Oh. Arguing from their perspective, not admitting anything.
Okay. There. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on this point.
I am only arguing from your viewpoint, not admitting shit.
Cripes!
Yeah. Cripes. I really put my foot in it this time.
But
Crikey!
let's get to the facts of the matter on the record. If you were for a line detective.
Very well.
Stop calling me that.
The witness will add this to her testimony.
You're literally calling me girl detective. I know enough German to know you're basically just calling me girl detective. It fucking hurts, okay? I'm a grown-ass woman,
conclude
please.
that the shooter was blind. I might have to press on that, but I am gonna see quickly.
I was gonna say, you could just present on it.
In the state of the crime scene. How would they have gotten to the fucking vent? Is what I want to know.
Don't present the diagram.
Yeah, I figured not.
It just brings up bad memories.
Let me think.
Please don't make us stare down the barrel of the gun again.
Oh, sorry, I can also present people too, can't I?
Nope,
Oh,
not this time.
okay, then let me think. They had to be blind. Why? Why did they have to
Hang
be
on,
blind?
check something out. No, they're saying that they're blind. We're proving that they're stupid for thinking that. So what do we have that immediately contradicts the claim that the shooter couldn't see? Check Latu's body. How about that signature, huh?
More like a smearnature, am I right?
Oh, good point. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not just very local.
I thought it was just really low quality, to be honest.
Nope. The prosecution holds the shooter couldn't see.
A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes.
Apparently not thorough enough.
Right.
I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim that anyone could see.
Wait.
My case argues that everyone is blind. I really like this shot. Just leaning, smiling into frame. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. It won't go in the collage, but I am gonna.
It could be. It could be
You're
a
gonna
good.
keep it for yourself.
Yeah. It could be a good
End stream picture.
end stream tweet. Yep.
This is that evidence.
The photograph of the crime scene.
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There's something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point.
Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah?
Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is...
Tell us get your finger out of the Febreze and tell us what you were talking about.
The contradiction is right fucking here.
I've never heard that turn of phrase either.
Me neither.
The smeared blood stains.
I thought it was just my unclear vision.
I thought it was just a blurry JPEG, but no!
However, it really was unclear. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I've seen many times in this court.
It's almost as if he wrote something.
I like how neither of you have called me out yet about the fact that since that dumb joke we made earlier, I haven't used a single B word with the judge.
I've noticed, and I've been wanting to see how long you could go.
Aha! I get it. At least I think I get it.
Get what, Fräulein?
When Mr. Latou was shot, he tried to write something. And what should he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? I do it all the time.
Thanks for making my point for me.
I mean, not my blood, but,
Yes,
blood.
in fact, that's what I think happened here.
That does seem like it could a distinct possibility.
The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat! I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out, that.
Well, of course it's rubbed out. Why, when I was a killer, I certainly didn't leave my own name around.
Neither did I.
Starting to figure things out, guys?
About what?
Oh, God. So the prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer. And that the killer tried to rub the name out.
What's your point? Why would I think from anyone else's ability perspective?
What's my point? Emma, you're smarter than this! Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name?
I can be clever but ignorant. Well, Mr. Latou was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it... Wait.
Once he saw what it was?
But what did you just testify about the shooter?
It's like pulling teeth.
I said they were blind! Oh my god!
And yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. Your logical conclusion. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise?
Well, obviously, in Mr. Latou's dying breath, he said,
I'm gonna get you, fucker. I'm writing out your name in blood. Oh, no.
Directly in front of me. May I remind the court that the defendant, Maki Tobaye, is blind? He couldn't have been the shooter?
Impossible!
Order! 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 Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I'm old and confused. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see, yet up until now...
It seems I owe this court an apology. You see, his blindness is more of a construct. It was a thing invented to create PR. He could totally
By the
see.
Jedi.
The Gaviniers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner.
I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here.
Hey, Apollo? Look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like, he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us?
I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents.
I may not know much.
let's rock and roll with these forms! Signed on page 32B!
Prosecutor Gavin, your vibes are fucking rancid.
But before that, I have a question for this frontline detective, if I may.
What?
Tell me, why do you think that Maki Tobaye is blind? Oh my god, oh no, I was joking.
Connor. Connor? Why do you make jokes? Why do you continue to do this?
I was gonna say don't make jokes at the time, but then I was like, ooh, that's a. Oh wait a second, that's a little spoiler. So I just kind of sighed.
Oh my god.
Fucking what?
What are you saying? Of course he's blind. He has said so.
Of course.
He's the blind pianist, right? So I did the most minimal amount of research to be prepared on this.
I googled him.
Don't tell me it's wrong.
I googled him and looked at the entry that Google put into the search results from Wikipedia, and I thought that was enough.
One of the top result was Machi Tobaye blind ? So I thought he must. If people are searching it, doesn't Lamoureux lead him around by the hand all the time?
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
I have a report here on the defendant, Machi Tobaye. According to this, Machi Tobaye can see perfectly well.
What?
Okay.
Oh my prejudice?
Hey, douchebag. Hey, douchebag. Look at me. You crouch shit. Why did you spend your entire case on the fucking presupposed notion that you knew was wrong about a blind man?
To teach you how to be a better lawyer.
Start by being a decent one yourself, fuckface.
His blindness was merely a publicity ploy. I was even right about the fucking reason. Oh
yes,
my
you
god!
Yes, you were. That's why. It's so funny.
Again, don't make jokes. Also, again, I think playing this game again has made me kind of hate Clavier.
He's in that perfectly, like, if he were a real person or a real situation, it'd be like, ooh.
I would become a murderer just to kill him.
Oh
like,
my god.
he is insufferable.
His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well.
But you built your entire case on him being blind.
What did I say? Exactly? Airforehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. I also didn't deny it, so you know.
Yeah, but completely
subjective.
false. By the way, he literally agreed. He didn't use the word blind. That is objectively correct. But when Emma said the shooter couldn't see, he said that's right. He directly agreed and pointed out, yes, he's blind.
The only one who did was the Fräulein detective. I merely agreed with her.
God, you lying shit.
It's yes, a significant fact, yes. Consider Machi Tobaye sees. And he was the only one who could have fled the event. I see no problems with this.
But what about the bullet holes in the wall?
Oh yes, the bullet holes. I believe Airforehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see.
He was
the
just bad.
kickback from my 45 caliber revolver because he's a frail 14-year-old. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies.
You're the Phoenix Wright of prosecutors, and know that I mean that in the worst possible way.
This is where the real fun begins, Airforehead.
Juicy looks like she's dozing off.
I knew you didn't have what it took.
You jerk! Just what was I in here for? Comic relief?
Well, Larry wasn't available. Oh, that's it! I'm gonna kill you!
I'll help.
Yeah, apologize!
Oh, sorry.
There's no way to apologize.
He's angered the Trucy now.
He's angered the Trucy now!
I'm gonna hide behind my desk real quick.
You don't need to kill him, Apollo, because I'll kill him.
I don't think this
Have
quite
fun.
works in the collage, but this will be the end screen image.
Yes.
There we go. Saved.
If we could please end the discussion now.
Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't live like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me.
However, your testimony was already given to us. It was already enough to convict the defendant.
Don't say that.
Aha!
Aha, what?
This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right?
That seems to be what happened, yes.
we might be able to find out what was really
yeah.
written here.
Yeah, with a kid,
Wait.
you'd be able to see where the
do that?
finger marks were.
Science. That's right, with science. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood.
Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet?
As if I'm going to tell you.
The blood stains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now.
Cranky roll. Right, go for it, Apollo. Apollo?
Me? I have to do this?
Oh, yeah, luminol is extremely toxic. None of us want to risk it.
Well, I am consistently the only one who ever does their goddamn job here.
Well, you're not doing your job, you're doing my job. To be specific.
My
You just
job
have
is to do everyone else's jobs too.
You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple.
My paycheck is insane, by the way.
To be fair,
I actually siphon all of your paychecks into mine because I do your jobs.
to be fair, she is kind of making you do like the kid helping out version of like, and you get to feed the bear
Yeah.
by I put the food in your hand and then I take it from your hand and I put it where the bear is in the enclosure.
Sorry, hold on. The bear? You chose bear?
The bear.
We've lost a lot of kids in the bear feeding pen, but you
Good.
know.
Fuck them kids.
Alright.
They gotta stay away from bears. Respect wildlife.
A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere.
Yes. As far as I know, an analysis is called for. Have at it.
Pray rodeo. Right? Ready? It's easy as pie.
Hang on. I'm gonna... Well, I know, hang on. There, yeah, I'm just swapping it for the stream.
Oh, I see. I thought everyone left me for a second and I was just screaming to the boy. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try.
Fuck them kids. Apollo Justice 2026. Okay. He's dealing with a blind kid who can see a... You know what? No,
A
just
15-year-old
Trucy.
magician.
Trucy covers it. I was going to say a 15-year-old magician, but no, a Trucy specifically.
A Trucy.
The
And
Trucy,
Clavier,
excuse
who
you.
is a child in,
Yes.
in an adult's body.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would also say fuck them kids.
Alright, let's keep going.
The eyes of the entire court are focused on me.
Apollo, your hand's shaking.
Let's just get this over with. Spritz.
What the fuck?
You know,
What?
it picks C306.
What does this say?
The killer.
It picks.
It's the location of my final geocache. It's Elon Musk's child!
What does I grow up to be a murderer in 2026?
I mean, if I was related to Elon Musk, I'd kill myself or
Oh,
them.
come on.
What?
That's a little much.
This must be.
I didn't say it was a good thing. I just said it's what I'd do. I wouldn't want to be associated with that guy.
This must be the power of science. It says. It picks 3 out of 2. This is what it says.
But if you look at it upside down, it says Leon!
Is that the killer's name?
Hang on, I'm actually gonna look at it
hang
upside
on.
down really
Is
quick.
this
Okay,
the-
no.
Killer
Is-
robot, baby.
The Anglo version, perhaps, of Borginian?
Yes, this is how it's pronounced.
Is that the killer's name?
Maybe the killer was a robot.
I have it!
So what is it then?
I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number.
Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency?
Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes, but why would he write that number?
Why would Mr. Latu even know a number like that?
Good show for a line detective. Rock on.
Huh?
Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. We can just Google it. Hey, Darian? Are you there? Darian! Darian! He can hear me wherever I called him. Darian! Come up to the fitness stand. Devian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number.
Yeah, sure. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27, actually.
All right, everyone. Well, we're gonna be here for 27 minutes. Let's get comfy.
Or exactly one Gavinier song.
I was going to say the amount of time.
Rose.
The amount of time we get off topic.
I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's cases are tight, or so it seems. And if this number is really that of an Interpol agent...
Oh, wait, I know. What if, hear me out, Maki Tobaye's really an undercover Interpol agent?
Oh my god.
That would be a possibility.
Interpol hires at 14.
What if he was grown this whole time, and we just assumed he was a child because he said he was, because it was a publicity stunt? I can't reach.
Nothing is verifiable anymore.
Research has failed me.
And one that would mark him for certain as the killer.
Why did Latu know an Interpol ID number?
It's not his own, is it?
That's what I want to know.
Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Maki Tobaye.
What are you talking about?
For a line detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the it was just hours before the trial began.
And then proceeded to build your entire case on it. You fucking
It seemed
asshole.
too much of a bother to tell you.
You had me until that last bit.
Had me in the
Actually,
first
you
half,
didn't.
not gonna lie. Does this not seem like a rather straightforward question?
Well, sure. Why did Maki pretend he couldn't see?
PR. Exactly. It makes a little sense. What do you think of it?
Like you care.
Maki Tobaye pretended he was blind. Do you know why?
How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He seems to know fucking everything.
Yeah, it's almost like he's written badly. He's been leading us on this whole time.
Something wrong? Do you think, perhaps, this is some kind of a video game? Apollo Justice? No, that the moment I read that report, I knew why. I'm good with shimmies, I know why.
I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else.
That has nothing to do with anything, and also he has the most underdeveloped brain here.
Come on.
What?
It's just like literally every line.
There was a reason why Maki Tobaye pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now?
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness?
I mean, do we have it? I'm
Yep.
curious what the evidence specifically would be.
Not the lyric sheet.
Yes, it's guitar, that's why.
Only a blind person would write this dialogue.
Come on, you can figure it out. They're always arm in arm.
They're what? What did you say?
They're always arm in arm.
He pretended to be blind so that he wouldn't have to see Gavin.
Why did he? I don't know what evidence we have for that.
Postcard.
I mean, I could give you an
I
even
thought about
bigger
opening the
hint.
postcard, but
What is her line? What is her tagline? What is she always referred to as?
well, she's the siren, but I also cannot read anything below the Omnior.
Go back.
Touch the postcard for details.
Oh. It doesn't say it there, though.
I
Either way,
cannot read what that says. It says sight, and then I can't see beyond that.
sight singing.
The sight singing. I'll give you a hint. Austin accidentally spoiled it at the beginning of the stream, and we had a good giggle about it.
Present the postcard.
Okay. I don't really know where this is going, but sure.
Show evidence, present the postcard. Maki had no reason to pretend he couldn't see, which means... Alright.
Good show, Air Forehead. It seems you thought of something.
Why can't I figure these things out on my own?
You've got a lot
we
to
have to
play,
make-
bud.
Because we have to make Clavier seem smarter than he is. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see.
I do not know where this is going.
Kinda shocking, honestly.
That is Lemire?
I just keep raising my eyebrows over and over and over.
Mir and Maki Tobaye. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country.
Lemire and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him.
Is she blind? Is that it? Why? Why hide that? I don't understand. This is so stupid.
Oh,
Why hide that?
Hey, maybe in 2026 it's, maybe things get worse.
I don't. That is such a ludicrous plot twist. What?
Yep. That's right. Because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go.
All time.
Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Maki could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time?
Well, wasn't it part of their performance?
I think there's a simpler explanation, really. Maki did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing.
Oh, really?
Really. It was all the other way around.
Why? This is such
One
bullshit.
who needed to be led by the hand
This is such horseshit.
was Lemire.
Why?
What's this?
Why?
You said this is what your image is gonna be, and...
So you mean to say that Lemire, she's...
Yep, Your Honor, Lemire is blind.
What?
Order! 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 This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin.
Is it now?
Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense made an outrageous claim.
The only
Went to
thing
the wrong person
outrageous.
for sanity.
The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Eh? Oh, no, no one's laughing. Yet I see it is not vast in vain this time. He is quite correct.
How? That makes no sense.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something?
Well, since we have her here, why not just ask her herself? I believe she's still in the fitness waiting room.
Apollo, what does this mean for our case?
Don't ask me. I didn't know she couldn't see till I walked in here. Hadn't even imagined it until now.
Bailiff! Oh shit! Oh damn it! Right, yeah, the jig is up. Bring in Lemire. I know other B words.
Lamia, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must.
Please, do not be concerned on my behalf.
Those eyes. She really can't see? Really?
I can tell you're staring at me. It's very fucking rude. Like the weird silence, the like
Yeah.
trying to see if I'm
Yep.
blind. It's fucking rude. It is true.
Th-
How funny it is that a tiny little lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world.
So you are?
Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became La Miroir, knowing too that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for La Miroir.
Because I'm one of those movie blinds where literally absolutely nothing enters my visual cortexes at all, even though my eyes still work.
Yep.
I see.
You may recall me saying something to VODs at the beginning of this trial there, Forehead.
Uh-huh.
I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witness.
Yes, because the only direct way to witness something is with your eyes, and not every other sense known to man.
No, Lamia, I must ask you to stand one more time. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? I don't know what much more there is to say. I'm blind. Oh, well, I mean, tell us the specifics. No, hang on, the dying child can wait. Tell us the specifics.
It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Though I admit I'm a little lost here.
I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor.
Lamira's eyes. This game is very forward-thinking with its mask usage.
I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound, in that they put me on stage and turn all the lights out, because they're like, what, you're blind anyway, as though I don't... My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this.
This is so stupid!
I mean, hey.
Okay.
Hey, this is very much the world of, like,
Yeah.
this may be in 2026, but this is very much the PR world of 2007.
Yeah. Also, yeah, this is just kind of welcome to the movie business. It's not movies, but music, everything. Welcome to media in general. If you don't have a hook, a thing, then you're not gonna make it anywhere.
The one that a room of dudes came up with.
I was gonna say, are you fucking kidding me? That's the most common thing, even today.
I really like the idea.
If you don't have a thing, you're not getting famous.
I really like the idea of her walking in and them going, okay, we have this great thing set up where you go and see every sight of the world. You look at them with your eyes. And then you use that vision, that sight that you have, to turn it into beautiful paintings. What do you think? I'm blind. Oh, we're gonna have to cover that all up. Oh, we're gonna have to sweep that under the rug.
So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. I was not allowed friends, apparently.
But this is a murder trial.
I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would...
I really like the idea of breaking news, shattering the world. Famous, beautiful, fantastic singer is blind, and everyone's real mad about that for some reason. I mean, it would still happen, unfortunately.
I was just saying, welcome to real life, the shit that continues to happen. The most minor of mundane things is blown out of proportion because somebody famous did it.
She told us the truth in the beginning. Then she said she saw nothing.
Very well. Does the defense have anything to add?
I'd like to cross-examine.
But what is there left to ask?
There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me.
Perhaps it's best we let you get it out of your system. Someday, you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Yeah, you mean the thing I've done?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck do you mean, Clavier? No, think for yourself and be a sheep like the rest of us.
Very well, the defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness.
Right, yeah, sure. Only one part that bothered me anyway. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy.
Lumiere's eyes. Alright, let's see. No memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, but no others.
When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latou?
Of course. He was my manager.
Then why would he describe you as a witness?
Mm-hmm. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Oh, I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
Is he right, Apollo?
Yeah, I was.
Oh my god, are we doing this again?
Yep.
So cold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So cold.
Eric, take care.
Also, I can't see. I mean, there's a new context this time, I guess. I didn't mean I can't see. I
Yep.
meant the witness.
Mr. Latou asked me to, or told me to ask the witness, and he named you.
Huh.
Why would he do that? He knew you were blind.
I don't know.
Clavier is, I believe, a year younger than Apollo.
No, there's no way he's younger. 24. Apollo, I think, is
they're the
23.
same age.
Yeah.
No, Apollo is 24.
What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself.
Meaning what?
There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
Oh, you mean that
witness
thing that you
siren?
denied repeatedly? Said it didn't happen?
We've
Yeah,
heard them
yeah.
many times, along with a little play acting by our defense.
I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that.
Before? Ugh.
That's right, he tried to tell you when he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness!
Yep, understood.
I see.
Too bad the defense did not. Well, therefore, head, try relaxing and looking at the facts. I'm hilarious. I am extremely sorry, witness. Try and looking at the facts next time.
Oh god! Oh, what was that face?
Yeah, he does that.
Order!
Recall Lamierre's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. There was a single glass window. One glass window and a
blaring
45
rock
caliber
music.
revolver.
And
and the
Blaring
music,
rock
yeah.
music.
That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Little witness through the window. Why else would you have named us the witness?
But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. Single glass window, can't hear shit. We have already run a simulation, of course. We've shot many times at many windows and determined glass is real fragile, as it turns out.
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant.
Your Honor!
What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here?
We have the results back from the investigation.
Huh?
Oh, yes, the Interpol number that Mr. Letou left us.
Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescend, your report, please.
So, Crescendo's gonna be the voice?
I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer quite intriguing.
Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent?
IPXX314206.
It's actually the name of a new Monster Energy drink. Case closed.
The agent registered under that number
And it looks just like me.
was Romain Latou.
It was his number, okay.
That
Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latou himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away.
Mr. Latou was an undercover Interpol agent? So he'd be Lamour's manager.
That's you.
Well, just the cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found.
well, out with it.
It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently, it belonged to, you guessed it, Romain Latou. He had an Interpol permit to carry that firearm. and the registration number on the revolver matched.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which I suppose makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver.
Here in America. Ridiculous. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how this ties into everything.
It's got to tie in somehow, you think?
Yeah, somehow.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It's great help.
No problem at all, Your Honor. Now I'll be heading out.
Yo, hold up, everyone! Hold
Here
up!
comes the plot twist.
Hold up! Hold up!
Lemire, something the matter?
That voice just now.
What, Darrigan?
Mr. Darien, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. That's the fucking voice.
It was him?
You aren't saying...
That voice I heard talking to Mr. Letou when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darien.
Is this some kind of joke?
The only one here is you, bud. No way. Courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day you get an accusation like that one. Lemire fingering Darien Crescend, not only is
And
he
also
scarred,
accusing
he's a
him.
cop.
Couldn't.
He's a cop. You're not used to them being put on trial for their mini crimes.
Yeah.
Could it
Please
really
don't,
have been
mate.
this voice Lemire heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Hey,
Wait.
no whipping out now, Apollo.
I'm joining you in the void!
Get out of my brain!
No! And that is where we're gonna
Yep.
call it for now.
And there we go. Worst part of this trial done.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was
Yep.
dumb.
Yep.
What? That's such a stupid, contrived plot twist. Fucking, it turns out the person we thought was
to
blind.
Ace Attorney.
Justice, baby.
Yeah, I was
Welcome,
gonna say.
welcome to Ace
That's not even
Attorney.
Apollo Justice. That's Ace Attorney in general. They've all had something as stupid as that. Every
Oh,
single
yes.
one.
Hey, it turns out the blind person wasn't blind and the not blind person was blind. Whoa! Either way, thank you all very much for watching.
Yeah.
We might stream tomorrow or Wednesday. We probably won't do both. But we'll do one of those 2 days. We will see what comes up and what's best for everyone. So
By everyone, of course, I know you mean me and my stupid fragile body, and that's okay. I appreciate it.
yeah, yes, exactly. Just
I'll
make
say
sure.
this. We can, whenever we do the next trial, we should have 2 days, that we can do it, back to back.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we'll finish this in 2 days.
Thank you all very much for watching. Hope everyone has a good day. Stay safe and take care and take it easy and all those things.
Yeah.
Don't lie about your blindness. That's weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Especially if a PR firm makes you.
Yeah. Well, and especially don't lie to pretend that you have a disability when you don't. Yay!
Yeah, exactly.